example, we're going to sketch one complete cycle graph of y equals 1/2 times the secant of 2x plus pi over 3. The secant is the reciprocal of the cosine. So we're going to sketch the graph based on the function in cosine term. Y equals 1/2 cosine of 2x plus pi over 3. And again, use the standard form y equals k plus a times the cosine of bx plus c. That tells us the k equals 0 means no vertical shift or no vertical translation. A equals 1/2 is positive, so no reflection. That also tells us about the amplitude, or the absolute value of the A equals 1/2. The value B, which is the value 2, used to compute the period from 2 pi divided by B, or 2 pi divided by 2 turns out to be pi. The C value is pi over 3. Pi over 3 for the C is used to compute the phase shift, or the first point of the cycle of the graph. The phase shift is negative C over B, or negative pi over 3 divided by B, which is 2. We write it as multiplication of the reciprocal. That turns out to be negative pi over 6. So we have negative pi over 6 as the beginning point of the cycle. The graph starts here with the period pi. So these two pieces, we can determine the delta x, or the increment, the width for the equal subintervals, the 4 equal subintervals. The delta x, or the increment, is period divided by 4, which is pi divided by 4. If the graph starts at pi over 6, so then the 5 key points to get one complete cycle will be negative pi over 6 added by pi over 4. It's two different denominator. We're gonna make as an adjustment. So negative pi over 6 is the same as negative 2 pi over 12, and make pi over 4 as 3 pi over 12. Just for our convenience, when we add the numbers, that means the beginning point, instead of using negative pi over 6, we're gonna use the negative 2 pi over 12 instead, and then adding by the value 3 pi over 12 to obtain the next point. So the 2 pi over 12, the next gonna be 1 pi over 12, 4 pi over 12, another 3 gonna be 7 pi over 12. The last one gonna be 10 pi over 12. Very tricky, huh? So use this. On the table, gonna be negative 2, negative 2 pi over 12, pi over 12, 4 pi over 12, 7 pi over 12, 10 pi over 12. For the graph y equals 1/2 secant of 2x plus pi over 3. And recall the 5 key points of the cosine will be 1, 0, negative 1, 0, and 1. To complete the table, it's going to be 1/2, this is going to be the cosine function, not the secant yet. So 1/2 multiplied by the value from the 5 key points, which be 1, 0, negative 1, 0, and 1. Simplify to be 1/2 here, 0, negative 1/2, 0, and positive 1/2. Order pair gonna be negative 2 pi over 12, comma 1/2, pi over 12, comma 0, 4 pi over 12, comma negative 1 over 2, 7 pi over 12, comma 0, and 10 pi over 12, comma, 1 over 2. Now, we're going to sketch the graph for the cosine and use it to sketch the graph of the secant at the end. Since the maximum is 1/2, here's 1/2 and then negative 1/2. The first point is at negative 2 pi over 12. Negative 2 pi over 12. The next one is pi over 12. And then 4 pi over 12. 7 pi over 12. And the last is 10 pi over 12. And locate 5 points on the graphing area. At negative 2 pi over 12, function value is 1/2. At pi over 12, function value is 0. And then negative 1/2, 0, and 1/2. Sketch the graph connecting all points with the smooth curve. The green one is the graph of the cosine function. This one is the cosine, is 1/2 cosine of 2x plus pi over 3. And then we're going to sketch the graph of the secant by doing the reciprocal graph. We call the point that the function value of the cosine is 0, gonna give the vertical asymptote for the graph of the secant function. Now we have two vertical asymptotes. At x equals pi over 12 and 7 pi over 12. And next we're gonna do the reciprocal graph on the left and the right side of each vertical asymptote to obtain the graph of y equals 1/2 times secant of 2x plus pi over 3 as the one in blue. This one is the graph of y equals 1/2 secant 2x plus pi over 3.